Okay, this is the instructional guide for Primary 4, Term 2, Week 5. Two booklets. First one is on finding the parameter or composite figures, and the second one is on finding the area of composite figures. So as an introduction, right, do get them see a figure here. Can be seen as two rectangles, right? So there are two ways, one rectangle and one square, right? Sometimes they may not provide the line between here, but it's just to show them that a composite figure, right, is made up of you typically a rectangle and a square or two squares or any combination, right? And at a later stage, it may involve triangles as well. So something like that, right? For them to see, there are a few ways of looking at the image, right? So it can be made up of one square and one square and one rectangle, right? Or you can be one cube square here, okay, and then minus of or take away this rectangle. So various ways of looking at it, right? But the question here is, if you find a parameter, right, what is it? Now, so take note, reminding them that this hatch marks means that these are identical. So that means that it's always helpful to get them to fill up the numbers here, so it's easier for them to see. What about this part here? What is this question mark? So since it is a square, right, we know that it's a square. That means that if this is 8 cm, this is 5 cm, right? This is already 5 cm, so this part must be 8 minus 5, so equals 3 cm. Get them to write it down. Same thing here as well, right? Whole length is 8 cm minus 3 cm, so this is 5 cm. And then after that, what they need to do is they have to add, right? So ask them to do a note. If they start from here, right, be 8 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 8. Okay, so that's how they can do the parameter. Get them to question 2 on their own, right? I think should be fine, quite fairly easy, right? Remind them what the hatch mark is. So the idea is find out what is EF and what is AF, right? So AF can see made of 8 and 10. EF is made up of, or rather EF is part of 16 and then minus 8. Okay, so get them to do that on their own, see whether they can do this. And skip some questions here. Okay, then question 6. Right, question 6 here, these arrows here means they are parallel. They are not hash marks, so remind them. So they need to find what is EF, write the number down, they need to find DE. Okay, so get them to their own, right, guide them along. I think this does not require too much demonstration. Question 10, right, unknown length and parameter. So explain them that parameter means is this portion. Might want to highlight to them this, 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 and this. Okay, the dotted line is not included, right? So they need to fill in all the numbers. So hatch mark, 8, no, and so on. Okay, so and then let's see, one question here. All right, now there's a fast way of doing this. The slower way is for them to figure out one by one, right? Like this hatch marks, what do they mean? So this is 6 cm is here. This must be 6 cm, right? So this must be 5 cm. So they fill in all the blanks and then they add up. Now, what's the fast way of doing it? Fast way of doing it, right? After they are done with it, right? You can tell them, what if I shift this line to this line here? Shift it out. And I shift this line to this line here, right? And I shift this to here, basically pushing outwards. This line to this. Okay, this one pushing outwards. This push outwards. This push outwards. In fact, the parameter will be the same as a rectangle. So this is actually a fast way of doing it, right? So if you do it this way, they will know that it's basically 27 plus 15 times 2, right? 27 plus 15 times 2. So, but get them to figure out first, show them this way, right, last, right? And then they'll be quite happy that they have learned something new, something helpful for them to, that they can use, right, for similar questions in the future. All right, one last question, question 16. Okay, so 25, this is 25 too. If this is 14, what is this? So it's 25 minus 14. So I need to figure out, write all the numbers here, right? So that's easier for them to count. So it's all about addition. So once they've written all the measurements, right, be 25 plus this, plus this, plus this, and so on. Okay, so I'm not going to cover too much on this. Okay, with that, let's move on to area. Okay, for area, so more importantly, right, to get them to see that there are a few ways of calculating area here. So way number one is to split this composite figure into two rectangles, as seen here, right? So area would be this portion. If this is 4 cm, this is 9 cm, this would be 5. Okay, show them that 5 cm. Okay, and then this portion would be 4, right? 10 minus 5 equals 5 cm here, which is why the parameter lesson is important. So it's basically 10 times 5 cm, 10 cm times 5 cm plus 4 times 5 cm, and then you get the answer. Okay, what's another way? What if I just take it as a full rectangle? So I calculate the area of rectangle first, 10 times 9 cm. Then I minus this portion off, right? The part that is not there, right? So I can get the answer as well, right? 90 cm minus 20 cm, 4 times 5. Okay, so up to them, right? Whichever way they think is easier. Then get them to try question 2 on their own. Okay, they can use either ways. Okay, I think find the area of an imaginary rectangle, then minus off this part, the smaller dotted rectangle here will be easier for them. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to skip quite a lot of these questions, okay, and move on to question 6. Demonstrate one way for them, and then you can ask them whether they can do another way, right? Or you can ask in class, right, what would be the best way to do this? Okay, whether it is to do the split and add method, right, or use a take-away method. Okay, again, I like the take-away method, right? Okay, and then, so for all these questions, tell them you can use whatever method, okay? Any method they can do. Okay, that's fine. So this is 2 identical squares. Sorry, I think you might want to do this one, I forgot, right? Question 9 with them, right? Because the given dimension is 24, right? But how do they figure out the dimension of the square? So basically, if they draw the line here, you can see it's actually 4 equal parts. 1 part, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 parts, 6. Oh, it doesn't matter. Here they do it 3 units. I think that's fine also. Okay. But if I split up into 6 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that works as well, right? So 1 unit is equals to 4. Okay, 1 unit equals 4 cm, depending on how you look at it. Okay, that is fine. Okay, it will still work out the same. Okay, then do question 10 with them, because FG is not given, but it says here that FG is twice as long as BC. So that means they need to find BC first. All right, so then what is BC? Oh no, sorry, FG is provided because this is a square, EF. BC is not provided. So if FG is 2 times of BC, right, 2 units is 24. So CB, right, would be, or BC would be equals to half of it, 12 cm. Okay, then after that, they can solve the question. Okay, and then question 15. Right, question 15, a bit more tedious, but basically, I think the takeaway method is easier. So they had to find out the area of this missing, or this transparent rectangle here, and area of this transparent rectangle here. Then they find the area of this part and minus 2 transparent rectangle to get the answer. All right, so guide them along this. Now, if you have extra time, can just pick some other questions for them to do in this booklet. Okay, thank you.